This is what scientists found at the bottom of the Niagara Falls that left them so disturbed. A portion of Niagara Falls will dry up sometime in the following 5 to 7 years. This isn't a matter of the Great Western Drought spreading east, rather, New York is attempting to shut off the famous waterfall. The notion is not nearly as outrageous, challenging, expensive, or unique as it may seem, which is the most amazing aspect of it all. The operation is known by the official, unimpressive term dewatering. It's been done before as well. In 1969, engineers and scientists blocked the American Falls section of the largest water feature on the continent for around 5 months in order to study bedrock erosion. This time around, Horseshoe Falls won't be affected either, despite being a considerably larger stretch that is mostly in Canadian territory. As a once-in-a-lifetime occurrence, the obstruction attracted an influx of tourists eager to gawk at the strangeness of the rocky, usually submerged floor and the 70 to 100 foot tall stone cliff, over which millions of gallons of water typically pour every hour. On the Canadian border, Niagara Falls is located at the westernmost point of New York. The Niagara River, which links Lake Erie and Lake Ontario, descends more than 100 feet in the middle of its course. There are 3 different waterfalls. Horseshoe Falls, a tremendous 165-foot plunge on the western Canadian side of Goat Island, is responsible for nearly 85% of the river's flow. The smaller American and Bridal Veil Falls are located on the U.S. side of the island. Engineers of the New York State Office of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation must complete this round of dewatering in order to remove 2 115-year-old bridges that have outlived their usefulness. The bridges were constructed to connect the town of Niagara Falls with Goat Island, one of the best places to see both the American and Horseshoe Falls, over the Niagara River above the American Falls. The bridges could also accommodate automobiles, trolleys, and pedestrians. Since being constructed between 1900 and 1901, they have gradually deteriorated, and in 2005, an inspection showed that restoration of the existing concrete was no longer considered feasible, the state stated in a study outlining the proposal. In that year, engineers blocked off access to the deteriorating bridges and built atop the stone-clad spans, which exclusively transport people, temporary truss bridges. The original bridges were built with the intention of being low so that visitors could get near to the raging river below. However, those buildings hinder the visibility of the rapids and are often regarded as eyesores. 3 alternatives are being considered by New York for their long-term replacements: linked arch bridges with vertical cables supporting the surface from above, precast concrete arched designs that closely match the existing bridges, and steel girder bridges that are simpler and more linear. Although the choice won't be made for some time, the concrete arching style is thought to be the best. No matter what the strategy, it cannot be carried out with 30,000 cubic feet of water passing by every second. The state is weighing 2 possibilities as people wonder how long the American Falls will be off. In an effort to cause as little disturbance to the park as possible, it may destroy the existing bridges and construct the foundations for replacement ones over the course of a 5-month dewatering, then finish the upper structures over the course of the following year after water flow has been restored. Alternately, it might drain the falls for 9 months while simultaneously constructing the full set of bridges. Water flow control is actually a rather straightforward procedure, and at $3 million, it is a minor portion of the projected $27 million project. Between the upstream extremity of Goat Island and the U.S. mainland, which is only 350 feet away, engineers will construct a cofferdam. A cofferdam is a sort of dam that is used to contain a portion of a body of water. Once it is in place, the water is pumped out, leaving the inside dry. The state hasn't specified how long it will take to construct the structure, but the 1969 cofferdam, which was built with 28,000 tons of rock and dirt and measured roughly 600 feet in length, was lowered into the river by bulldozers and dump trucks. When the falls stop, it'll be like peering under your sofa for the very first time in decades. When the falls were shut down in 1969, crews discovered 2 bodies and millions of coins, most of which were removed.